How do you follow that? That's awesome.
I don't know, but I got to
So, by a show of hands, this is really interesting. Anybody out there have an idea that just sits in the back of your brain to the point that you can't do anything but focus on it until it's done? Okay. Second question is, anybody familiar with Firefly? So I'm playing to about 30% of the audience. This is perfect. So for those following at home, if you're interested in learning more about Firefly, just simply, or anybody in the audience, tweet, "I would like to learn about #Firefly," and you will make tons of new friends. So Firefly started in 2002 by Joss Whedon. It's set in the future, 500 years. It's cowboys, it's spaceships. It's really great. It got canceled after 10 episodes of getting shifted around and grew this really big cult following to the point that in 2005, Universal Films or Studios picked it up and made the feature-length movie Serenity. The fans got behind it so much even further that in 2006, they began the Can't Stop the Serenity campaigns, which happen globally now, where you can go for one day and watch the movie and all the proceeds go to Help Equality Now, which works to stop abuse against women worldwide, which is Joss Whedon's chosen charity. So how does that relate to what I do? First, I got to be honest with you. I got a confession to make. I am not a social media expert in any way, shape, or form. I'm a huge geek. So what we did is Stephen Fisher came to me, who was here, and he is gone. Not gone and passed away, but left the building. And yes, he's with Elvis. So he came to me and said, "Have you ever thought about doing a Firefly fan film?" Now, I had never made a movie before, never written a film, had just gotten into social media the year before with Twitter and Facebook and all that other fun stuff. So, you know, me being me, just went, "Yes, we're going to do it today." So started right away into making the film. So we had to establish some goals, and what are our goals going to be? So we went to a convention called Dragon Con in Atlanta, Georgia in 2008 and asked the community face-to-face, what do you want? They want more content. They want more verse. So then Steve and I are complete polar opposites as far as ideals. He's a complete capitalist. I'm a complete idealist. He wants to make money. I want to give shit away for free. So we're sitting there, and because Firefly and Serenity is derivative works product of Fox, we can't make money off of it. Steve still wanted to make money, which is cool, but not going to happen. So we're going back and forth, and the conversation was like, we need to make money. Well, we can't. Well, we need to find a way to make money. Well, it's just impossible. We need to find a way to make money. And then two completely conflicting ideas came into mind. You can't stop the Serenity events and then needing to make money. So what we did is created the first ever feature-length film where 100% of the net proceeds go to charity. And in doing that, we completely crowdsourced everything. We went to, local friends and family and asked them if they could donate. We found our extras online, so that when we first did our first weekend filming, we have over 120 volunteers show up from all over the United States on their own dime to this little podunk place called Berlin, Maryland, at a Western theme park called Frontier Town, which was gracious enough to give us a bunch of weekends for free. Since that filming started in April of 2009, and the movie was released in September of 2010, we've raised over $60,000 combined for our 5 charities. And that's really impressive for me, considering we didn't use traditional media. We just used word of mouth. We used Facebook. We used Twitter. The community is what took an idea that was in a Starbucks in Columbia, Maryland, that we thought, wow, it'd be really cool if this played in California, to something that is now shipped to every continent except for Antarctica. So building the community, engaging and interacting to the point that I don't know marketing. I know marketing. I know what I like, and I know what I like to talk about, but I also know I don't want to be talked at. And when you're doing a project like this, you don't want to talk at people. So I just began to talk with them and ask them questions and engage them, to the point that when we got out there, we would do updates live. Like we just did a shipping. We released a remastered edition, cleaned up the audio, and did a Blu-ray. So while we were packing it ourselves, we'd sent twit pics. Here's what we're doing. Here's the boxes. Here's photos. People would respond. 3 days later, without prompting, asking, or anything, we got amazing marketing of people saying, "Thank you, I got my DVD." Which then, if you follow their Twitter stream, people would ask them, "Well, what's Brown Coats Redemption?" or "What's this Brown Coats movie thing?" And then they would be evangelists for us without even trying, without even thinking about it. And by doing that and talking to them and talking with them and giving them updates and apologizing when we make mistakes and being proud of them when they speak for us. We have this really small but loyal community to the point that we got Mashable Awards finalist for Most Creative Social Good Campaign, and we were up against 4 other heavy hitters like TwitChange, who won. And that's all because of our people. That had nothing to do with me. The other part is we needed to let them tell the story. So what we started doing is we chose 5 charities. Those charities are created or supported by the cast and crew of the original TV show, which our product is based off of. We started doing check presentations to them for the money raised up to date. When we hit that $12,000 mark, we wanted to make sure that they knew we were doing it for them. So while in line at a convention, before we could announce it, before we could say anything, Marcus Ross, behind Sabrina, who is on our team, takes this photo and then tweets it. We weren't expecting to put that out for a week. It gets immediately retweeted and reshared. So we got retweets like you saw, but the most amazing one came back when it's, "Thank you for supporting Dyslexia Foundation," from an adult dyslexic that couldn't read until age 10. I got choked up, because I'm just a dickhead that thought of this in Starbucks. And somebody loves what we do enough that they wanted to tell the story before they could get anybody else. They were that excited they want to share the story before anybody else, to be that proud, to be the one that said, "I did it." And to get that response, it's amazing. So we get them involved. And what we do is I do little missions. And the mission could be anything as simple as retweeting or asking them to get 5 people to follow. And it's just something fun and engaging, and there's always a reward, whether it's a wallpaper that gets done before it goes up anywhere else, or clips of music. Recently, a question that was asked was a completely inane question and completely stupid question, which is, who's watched all 13 episodes of Firefly and Serenity? So of course, people's hands go up. Twitter, my stream threw up. That's the best way to say it. Is like, my stream vomited people loving Firefly. And then people would respond and be like, "Hey, dumbass, you know that you're a Firefly-based product that people are going to respond positively to." I'm like, absolutely. What they don't know is as soon as I go home tomorrow, they're going to get a digital download that is a complete track of a score that we were intending to put out, but we couldn't for legal reasons. All because they engaged. But the coolest thing is we occasionally need volunteers. I went to Granite State Comic-Con. I was just about to have knee surgery. I needed some help, so I tweeted, "At the convention, could definitely use some help." Wabbit tweeted back, and that's her story. So getting them invested. We have 2 months left before the project's over. It ends September 1st. And when that time comes, it's over. They're now carrying the story so that when we know what we're going to be done, they're going to keep it going. You guys can do the same. I'm just a dickhead from Baltimore. You guys have the ability to do exactly what I did and beyond, and the guys before me just proved it. So thank you very much for having me, and enjoy the day.
Thank you.